Hey everyone, welcome back. So we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna do an all signs love reading for this weekend. I think these tend to be like pretty well received, so we're gonna use this deck again. Oops. This is Love Casting. I really like this deck. It feels ultra moody and kind of passionate and colorful. I really like it. Or like saturated colors, which I really like. So we're going to use this Love Casting Oracle deck and get started. I'm going to go ahead and start with Aries. This is going to be your love reading for the weekend, the last weekend in June 2026. Or whenever this finds you. Oracle card readings are timeless and intuitive. Okay, Aries. What do we have for Aries? Aries, your first card, Infatuation. Your second card, Divine Love, the eternal flow of gratitude. And your third card, Material Love. Okay, Aries. So Aries, this first card is going to represent your energy. The second card is the energy of the person that you're connecting with. And this third card is the energy that's coming forward. So Aries, as I tap into your energy for this week, you're feeling good. This is a particular moment in time. I keep getting this energy of the beginning of summer. This picture, funny enough, the colors in this image, the reds and the whites, the sort of not like sparklers, but like the kind of confetti light twinkling in the back, makes me think of the energy that we're seeing around the World Cup right now. There's so much fanfare and enthusiasm and fun and play, and you see these communities of people from around the world that are gathering together to watch and celebrate and have what feels like a really festive time. Aries, this is the energy that I'm getting for you. You're in a moment in time where you're feeling really festive. You might be partaking in some of these World Cup watch parties. This could also just be you beginning to settle into summer. You might have plans underway that you're looking forward to, but you're feeling light. You're feeling excited and eager. Again, this is like playful energy. The card reads infatuation and crush. Aries, though, this feels like it's an infatuation or a crush that you have directed towards yourself. It feels very internal. It feels very sort of self-appreciative, if that's a phrase. So whatever it is that you're feeling, it's an enthusiasm and an excitement that you have about you, like you as this autonomous, unique, sparkling, bright, brilliant person. Like you're feeling yourself, Aries, which I love. I love. If I could not shake this camera. Your next card is Divine Love, the eternal flow of gratitude. So this is the energy of the person that you're connected with, Aries. So this Divine Love card, I can pick that. What I'm sensing from this card is someone who is probably in a different kind of flow state than you. This is probably someone who, you know, in the ways that you're kind of like celebrating, and you might be getting out there, going to parties, going to events, socializing. This person feels like they're in more of a retreat space. This might mean that they're in a season where they're being really intentional about cultivating their practices. It could be related to divination, so things that we think of like oracle and tarot, or sort of intuitive reading and astrology. It could sort of be in this family. Or it could just be that this person is being really intentional about cultivating daily practices that sync themselves, sort of sync their awareness into the space of the physical, of the spiritual, the non-physical realm, the astral realm. This is someone who is embarking on sort of a new stride in life, like taking steps forward in life, where they're deepening their spiritual practice, their spiritual understandings, and really they're doing this from a place of love. It's less cerebral. It's less about sort of performing what it looks like to be a spiritual person. But this person, in one way or another, has opened up to a point in their life where their heart space is wide open, and they're doing the beautiful work of allowing that energy to flow and really cultivating practices that continue to honor that energy of the heart, and then to sort of alchemize that in their regular sort of personal individual practice for themselves, which in turn has a continuation, or like a continuum of flowing energy that goes out into the world, goes out into the universe, and propels that loving, compassionate energy even further. So it's kind of interesting that both of your energies are coming from a place of love. Aries, you are here loving yourself, feeling yourself, celebrating, partying, infatuated with life, and continuing to discover and sort of just admire the person who you are, who you've always been, who you're becoming. And then this person that you're connected with, again, is also operating from a place of love. The mechanism or the method of their expression of that love has a different texture than what you're experiencing right now, Aries, but there's actually tremendous alignment in both of your connections in this way, which makes this card really, really interesting and powerful. So this third card being the energy that's coming forward, material love, obsession. So this feels like some spiritual math that's being revealed here. It's like if 1 + 1 = 2, then this plus this equals what's true. Aries, you are here in this really wonderful place of bliss, place of self-love. This person is in a place of universal love, right? That sort of expanded, outward directed love. And these two energies combined, when they meet each other, create abundance in so many ways, in ways that both of you probably are not even imagining right now, because it doesn't feel like your energy around this love that you're feeling, this elation, this joy, this infatuation with self, with life, with spirit. It doesn't feel like there's an agenda. There's no agenda here. This is just you riding the current of divine inspiration and that sort of harmonious frequency that the universe always has available to us, but you've caught it, like you've caught that rhythm. And so together, when you two collide, there is sheer abundance in a material sense, but also in a kinetic way. So this can be that both of you, when you meet or when you decide to engage with each other further, that there's really big, beautiful, bold connection on the physical dimension, i.e. chemistry. This also feels like the energy of the two of you just being incredibly powerful in terms of what you can create in the world. whether that's a business together or you two have the ability to expand your community, your network, your social lives, because there's so much overlap in the ways that you're both experiencing life right now, that this is just like an inevitable side effect, that is a tremendous blessing, but it's a total offshoot of the energy and the work that both of you have already put into the way that you're living life right now. This all feels so effortless. So this is spirit, this is your guide saying like, yes, yes, and yes. Love yourself, enjoy yourself, keep playing, keep having fun. This is spirit and your guide saying, yes, like this love that you're feeling within yourself that has this forward, expansive, exponential reach is so needed at this point in time. It's so relevant to this new earth energy. And yes, 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 there are not only rewards waiting for you that aren't even like in the future. These are things that are already beginning to happen right now in your life, that are proving and manifesting in your lives right now for both of you. But this is just sort of an inevitable side effect. You're generating so much momentum, positive, loving, caring, beautiful momentum that, yes, the material world also has to respond to that energy that you are generating and transmitting. Aries, this is beautiful. You're like on fire, and whoever this person is a really beautiful divine match for your energy. These are complementary energies. One does not take away from the other. Both have a mutual appreciation for the other. And there's so much joy here. I love this, Aries. I hope this helps. Okay, let's move on to Taurus. Okay, Taurus. What do we have for Taurus? Please like this video if you're inclined to subscribe. Oh my gosh, I'm throwing cards. Please do. We're a new channel, trying out different things. So please like and subscribe if you can. Okay, Taurus. A couple more shuffles here. Oh, I just heard a loud boom. I'm based in LA, and I know we've been having World Cup games, which has been pretty exciting, but I feel like there's also all these other activities, and there's so much movement and sounds that have been happening lately. Okay, one more, Taurus. Okay. Taurus, so the first card that jumped out is Romance, a Rose Unfurling. Your second card, Past Life, Eternal Soul Bond. And your third card, Closure, Forgiveness. So again, this first card is you, Taurus. The second card is the energy of the person you're connected with. And the third card is the energy that's coming forward. So Taurus, what do we have going on in your life right now? So Taurus, you, sorry for the reflection, guys. I feel like you are taking time right now to slow down, first and foremost. And in the process of slowing down, you are reconnecting with the parts of yourself that maybe have not had the type of attention and care that you deserve. This card, this Romance and a Rose Unfurling, is really beautiful, in part because what I'm getting from this is somewhat similar to what we were talking about with Aries, but this card is you, but it's you in beautiful, creative, loving expression with your own self. It's almost like if you can imagine your higher self, your oversoul, the non-physical aspects of your spirit connecting in a really deliberate way with your physical self. That's what this card is conveying. So Taurus, you're taking time to romance yourself. Literally, that can be just doing really lovely things for yourself. Maybe you're getting a massage, Taurus. Maybe you're taking time to have baths instead of like a speedy shower at the end of the day. Maybe you're lighting candles, you know, sparking some incense. At the end of the day, maybe you're taking time to read a book. You're doing things that truly slow you down. And the important thing about slowing down in terms of the speed in which we move, it's like slowing down can happen for a variety of reasons. Taurus, in this instance, you're slowing down as a way to catch up with yourself. And in the process of slowing down, you're able to see things in slower motion, right? Which allows you to pay closer attention to detail. And so this romance card is about you paying attention to the details of your personal, internal life and doing things that really give generously and with grace to your physical self. So this is about finding pleasure in your day-to-day life. This is about calming the nervous system, right? So reducing the stress, or not even reducing, eliminating things that are stressful from our lives whenever possible, however possible. This is about doing things that are essentially investing in ourselves, but in the most like delicious way, in the most maybe even indulgent way. And indulgence is a word that I use from time to time, but it's like, it's one of those things that we've been taught as like a bad thing to indulge yourself. There's a sense that indulgence and overindulgence get like conflated. They're seen as the same thing, but they're not. To indulge yourself is to really take time to deepen whatever that experience is that you're giving to yourself. And in this case, it's of course honoring your total mind, body, spirit wellness, and overall your joy, your energy, your life force. And this unfurling suggestion really shows you, Taurus, that the more that you do this, the more that is being revealed to you, and the more that you're able, and then because of this, the more you will be able to really lay some things down. Unfurling is like kind of like unfolding, right? Like if a rose like blossoms and opens, this is you blossoming, and as a result, like you're opening parts of yourself up that maybe have been energetically closed off in some way. And so much happens when we open up. We're releasing, we're receiving, and that's a really powerful, energetic position to be in. The next card that you have here, Taurus, is Past Life, Eternal Soul Bond. So this is the card of the person that you're connected with. So Taurus, this may be someone that you have not yet met. What's interesting when you pick these cards up and every time they have a different meaning, right? Depending on the context. What I'm getting from this is that you haven't yet met this person. They haven't come into your sort of physical life, or if they have, it's been in passing, like you haven't really noticed them. There's sort of, this gives me the energy of like two ships passing in the night. Like you two might actually have overlapping social circles, or live kind of in the same place, or see, or kind of go to the same places in your day-to-day lives, but you haven't yet touched. But this person is very close. This could be close, again, like in proximity, and or close in the sense that you're about to meet them. But whoever this person is, you have just an instant, instinctive, undeniable past life bond with this person. They see you and they know you. It could be, Taurus, that some of the energy that's unfolding for you now in this way with yourself, you romancing yourself, is in preparation to like identify, the word is like to recognize this person when you do meet them. Like you would have to open yourself up, you would have to soften the parts of yourself that allows for you to be receptive in order to bear witness to this person and recognize who they are when they cross your path. And this is, of course, a very significant connection. This third card is the energy that's coming in, so closure, forgiveness. Taurus, so this card's telling me that, again, this is relating to time. And time, I'll say that in my development and in my spiritual practice, there's so much that I continue to learn and begin to sort of unpack on an intuitive level based on things that other people are teaching, or more sort of ancient and traditional teachings and writings. This thing of time is not a real thing. The way that we as humans conceptualize time has a function. There's a reason why humans at some point created the notion of time. But in the metaphysical space, in the quantum space, in the universal space, time is not a thing. What is a thing is distance, but time is not real. So this card, to me, is speaking to the idea of time, but maybe more specifically timing. And this card is pointing to the fact that in both of your past experiences, there's been something or someone that has required you to arrive at a certain point of closure on a past experience, past relationship, past person, before you can get to this place. Taurus, you of feeling this way about yourself and doing these things for yourself, to this person showing up in your life or sort of circling your life or getting really close to your life, that this experience of closure in some ways had to have almost preceded both of you, so that when you meet, there's this undeniable connection and the preparation that's already been made to allow for this connection to unfold. So again, this to me is speaking to time in the distance, in the sense of relating to distance, timing as it relates to distance. And it's telling me that both of you had to do this at a distant point in the past, had to reach closure at a distant point in the past to get to where you are today, that will prepare you both to have this really beautiful connection. And again, this person is very close to you. This person is very soon to be introduced to your life, or for you both to like bump into each other. Taurus, all in all, this feels fun. This feels lighthearted and easy, and this feels really wonderful. This feels very healthy and honest. So whoever this is a special person, and you'll recognize them when you both cross paths. Okay, Taurus, I hope that helps. I don't know what I was about to call you. You're not Cancer yet. Okay, let's move on to Gemini. What do we have for Gemini? Angels, ancestors, spirit guides. Archangels. What do we have for Gemini, 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 Gemini? Gemini, if you see this video this weekend, this is your love reading for the last weekend of June 2026. Or whenever this finds you, these readings are intuitive and timeless. Please like this video if you find it, and I'd love it if you guys subscribe. We're going to put out a couple videos every week. Yeah, so let me know what you like or what you'd want to see. All right, Gemini, a couple more. Okay, one more. Okay, Gemini. Oh, we are dropping things. All right, Gemini, your first card. Healing Heart, Renewal. I love this card. Your second card, Past Life, Eternal Soul Bond. Gemini, your third card, intuitively I wanted to pick up from the bottom of the deck, so I did. Possessive Love, the Chains of Control. This is interesting. Okay, Gemini. So this first card represents you. The second card is the person that you're connected with. The third card is the energy that's coming in. Let's get started with your card, Gemini. Healing Heart, Renewal. Gemini, when I first look at this card, it gives me World Cup vibes. I think it was Aries. I was saying how some of the depictions in that card at this point in time remind me of references to the World Cup. I don't know why this feels like a soccer player and soccer colors, but it might, I don't know, maybe soccer resonates with you in some way. Healing Heart, Renewal. As I'm saying this, intuitively, Gemini, what's coming to me is the healing that you might be. Let's start at the beginning. You are either undergoing or in the final sort of phases of healing. Now, this could be healing from an emotional experience, something stemming from a relationship. This could also be physical, like I was just speaking about the soccer reference. Gemini, you may have had a physical injury. I don't know if there are any of you out there that play sports, but it could be that you had a physical injury that caused some pretty significant emotional impacts, which is real. That makes a lot of sense. And so Gemini, you're undergoing or coming out of this experience of healing your physical body, but also healing your emotional body as well. A lot of times when we're injured, especially if you had a pretty significant physical injury, and especially if you're somebody that's pretty active or athletic, or even for those of us who aren't, injuries or ailments of any kind, anything that causes us to not be able to do our day-to-day life like we normally would, it can have a chilling effect. It gets you to stop, like you're kind of forced to actually just hold still and stop. And oftentimes when we hold still and stop, we have so many revelations and sort of awakenings and thoughts, and we're able to have many more insights than we would if we were just going about our regular day-to-day life in a fast-paced way. So Gemini, you could have been overcoming an injury that's also had an impact on your mind and your body, but you're coming away from that. You're looking forward. The light sort of ahead of you is bigger than sort of the darkness behind you. And there's a really renewing, regenerative, restorative outcome that awaits you, that's already unfolding in your life. So Gemini, you're through the thick of it, and you're getting close to sort of leaving this valley, leaving this period of healing and moving forward to getting back to being able to live life, right? So the second card, if I don't stop knocking this camera, the second card is the energy of the person that you're connected with. So past life, eternal soul bond. Gemini, you might have been in a relationship with someone, or you are in a relationship with someone. And I get the sense that whoever this reading is speaking to, your relationship might have taken a toll as a result of this experience. So Gemini, you've had somebody in your life who's been very significant to you for a very long time. Or maybe this is a very significant connection that you had, and at the point that this injury or sort of crisis stemmed, it impacted this connection. This is the person that you have a really intuitive, undeniable soul connection to. This person sees you, and this person holds you in a really tender place in their heart. I'm also getting the sense that the two of you have very different personalities. So while you both get each other, I feel like the both of you show up in the world in very different ways. This card kind of even suggests that in this context. You have two people, but they're side by side, right? But they're oriented differently. Like one person is either sitting upright and the other person's, sitting, or I guess it's laying down in one direction, the other person's laying down the other. And they're meeting face to face. Like there's reception there, there's reciprocity there, there's a complementary interface that's happening, but they both come from different vantage points. So this person might be very different than you in certain ways, but the two of you have a very deep and meaningful connection. Gemini, but I do get the sense that things have been difficult in that connection recently. To clarify this, let's look at this third card, which is the energy that's coming in. And this card reads possession or possessive love, the chains of control. So Gemini, one of you or both of you might just frankly have a relationship to possessiveness, whether in the relationship one or both of you feel a certain amount of like I can't say this word, possessiveness of your partner, or it could kind of be like part of your chemistry that you have with each other, which, we've all sort of been there, done that. There's an appeal in the energy that can feel like somebody really is enamored with you, connected to you, and they want to just like hold on to you. But there's a slippery slope when that feeling of like holding on becomes like that feeling of like holding too tight and almost kind of shackling the other person, that possessiveness vibe. So it could be that maybe this relationship was really hampered by one or both of you having that kind of energy towards the other person. This card is also telling me that this energy hasn't found resolution yet. This energy is still hanging out in the connection. It's still here, and it's still here for this foreseeable future until someone changes this, if you want this to change. But there's a part of possession that has to do with control. Like this card, you can see the person has really intense, vigilant eyes. Like this person is looking in the direction of this person. So Gemini, maybe this is your partner looking at you. This is also, this card is also sort of suggesting that by the artwork, that the control that this person feels towards the other person might be further like intensified by them, maybe tapping into some other energies or some other tactics or manipulations to solidify that control, solidify that possession of the other person, which can be really challenging or even problematic. Gemini, though, the overarching, overriding story here, though, is that you are experiencing healing. It might be the case that even though you have this undeniable connection to this person, your back is facing this energy. Your back is facing this person. And like you see how this, the edges of the figure on the right side are sort of disintegrating or falling away. It could be that you're leading this connection in the past. As you move forward, you're moving on to your future, which is brighter, healthier, and healed. Gemini, this is some big work that you're doing, and I really hope, and I'm so glad that you're healing and you continue to do so and do what's right for you. Put you first, take care of you, and everything else will come together. All right, Gemini, I hope this helps. Okay. On to Cancer. Okay, Cancer. We're gonna ask your angels. Oh, wow. Wow, Cancer. I just had a few jumpers, so let's see. I'm just gonna take this first one. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, Cancer. This is the second time that this card jumped. It jumped just a moment ago, but I was like, that was a little like clumsy on my end. So I had this internal thought where I said, well, if it jumps again, I'll take it. That card jumped again, so we're gonna take it. All right, Cancer. What are your angels, your archangels, your spirit guides, your loving ancestors have for you for this love message, this love note, this love reading for the last week of June 2026, or whenever this finds you. All right, Cancer, your next card, family love, the sacred bonding thread. And your third card, closure, forgiveness. Oh, Cancer. Okay, so let's get started. This first card is your energy. The second card is the energy of the person you're connected with. The third card is the energy that's coming in. I'm gonna scoot my chair forward a little bit. Okay, Cancer. So your energy, I pulled this card for, I think we just did Gemini had this card. And I just love that oracle readings, because I do these readings intuitively, each of these cards have different messages that come through from your guides as a result of you and your unique self, your unique spirit. And so this card, Cancer, I have this overwhelming impulse to just breathe deeply. I like to take a really big, deep belly breath and then exhale. This healing energy is energy that you are currently experiencing, and it feels like you're on the other side of the healing journey. This feels like the energy of, it's like you're waiting. I keep coming back to breath. It's like waiting to exhale. You have finally gotten to a point where all the things that were weighing on you have come to pass and have really proved to be okay. Like the universe has taken care of you, Cancer. Whatever happened in your recent past, I'm talking like the last 2, 3, 4 months, You can breathe now. It's like that sigh of relief, that deep exhale. You have in this card, the person is staring up towards the sky, eyes closed. It's like they're letting the sun beat on their face and on their chest, opening up their chest, right? Like, it's just that energy of opening multiple chakras, opening your heart, and leaning into what the universe has made available to you. It's receiving the healing and the gifts that the universe has bestowed upon you. And that feels so good. I keep coming back to the word relief. This feels like relief. And as a result of relief, R-E-L-I-E-F, you experience release, R-E-L-E-A-S-E. And that's a beautiful energy, Cancer. Okay. Let's pull up the energy of the person you're connected with, if I can pick up the card. So Cancer, the next card, family love, the sacred bonding thread. So Cancer, there's someone that you're already connected with. And what I'm receiving is, in the last few months, there's something you're waiting to find out, or something you're waiting to understand. You were waiting to understand. Or like you were waiting on something to happen. And whatever that was, now that you're on the other side of it, like, you're so grateful. You're so relieved. And it's allowing you to come back to this connection in a much fuller and a much more present and settled way, like grounded way. Whoever this person is loves you deeply. This could be a spouse, this could be a long-term partner. This feels like an older connection, like someone that you've known for some time. You two might have a family together, you might have children. But this feels like the kind of love that's very devoted. This person has a strong devotion to you that is bigger than just being enamored with who you are, Cancer, as a person. This person on a soul level sees your spirit. They also have a very high regard for your connection. They revere the love connection that they have with you as more than romantic, more than familial, more than like a best friendship. It's more than any kind of single relationship that you can name. This person understands that the connection intrinsically is sacred. That in whatever it is that the both of you have together, this is an expression of God's love in both of your lives. So this person, again, just really honors you and holds space for all that you are. Whether you've known that the entire time you've been with them, or if that's something that you're just now beginning to really understand, sort of the extent, the scope of, this person is wanting you to see, or they're wanting to demonstrate to you how much capacity they have to hold a loving, sacred, healing space for you. And this last card, closure, forgiveness. Yeah, again, whatever you're healing from, Cancer, is being closed out. You know, these two cards, their backs are facing each other. So they're not like interacting with each other. Sorry. Like they would be in this sense. Their backs are facing each other, moving on in different directions. What's kind of beautiful about this is at the center, there really is this card that is centered. And so it's suggesting that whatever this experience is foregone. It's not particularly relevant to what the both of you are experiencing now. This is sort of a relic of what you've gone through, but your guides are confirming that this is closing out. And because it's closing out, there are ways to offer, whether you want to call it forgiveness or grace or surrendering or releasing, but it's that energy of letting something go. Because you're not meant to hold on to this. You're not meant to hold on to this, Cancer. You have something really beautiful with this person. You have beautiful things unfolding in your life as you continue to grow and bloom and prosper. Yeah, so be gentle with yourself. Take a deep breath. Know that all is well. All right, we hope this helps. Let's move on to Leo. All right. Leo, please like and subscribe if you are able to. We really appreciate it. We try to put out I'm trying to put out a couple readings every week, or like a really extended, like all signs reading, and I'm open to suggestions. If there are particular readings that you want to hear, Leo, let me know in the comments, or you can email me. I don't know why I feel compelled to say this. I do one-on-one readings, so look at the info in our bio for more information on how to get in touch. But we do individual readings. Leo, this is your love reading for the last weekend in June 2026, or whenever you find this video. Okay, one more. Okay, Leo. Your first card, Nature Lover, at one with the natural world. Ooh, your next card, Commitment, the magic of devotion. Okay, Leo. Oh my gosh, this card will not stop. Healing Heart, Renewal. This is the third. I promise you I'm shuffling these cards over here. I might do switch up the camera angle so that in the future you guys can see me as I shuffle, but I promise this card has now popped out 3 times. I am shuffling. All right, Leo, this first card is going to be your energy. The second card is the energy of the person that you're connected with, and this third card is the energy that's coming in. So let's get started. Leo, Nature Lover, at one with the natural world. Leo, you know, what's coming through is that, again, we're sort of jump-starting the time of year that we know is summer here in this part of the world, in the West. As I'm doing this video, I'm based in California, so stuff is starting to heat up here in Southern California. And when the weather is nice, I mean, Californians do get pretty good weather most of the year. But especially this time of year, people really love going outside. Leo, maybe I'm talking about California because maybe you're located out this way, or you have a trip planned in this area, or maybe you grew up in this area and you have fond memories of being outdoors or being in nature. But this card is telling us that you are beginning to kind of sink into the vibration of this new time of year where you find new ways to connect with yourself and connect with nature. This feels like, the energy of wanting to, like, Leo, I'm feeling from you that there's a bit of an impulse or a desire to escape in some way. Not escape like run away escape, but escape like escape this reality and jump into another. Like it's almost like you want a change of environment, a change of pace, as a way of reorienting yourself to whatever it is that you're intending to bring about in your life. Like I keep coming back to this notion of breathing deeply and having access to fresh air. Like Leo, it's like you just want to take a big deep breath and find yourself transported to somewhere other than your regular environment that you see in your day-to-day life. And nature is one of those ways that you're able to transport yourself. So whether you're going to the forest or the woods or to the water, maybe you're going to the desert, maybe you're going to go to visit a national park somewhere in the States, or maybe you have a desire to like backpack and go somewhere really distant. But it's this energy of finding yourself in a completely new environment, exploring. And there's something about exploring that feels also connected to discovery and reprieve. And there's something really luscious about giving time to yourself to have a fundamentally different experience and different day-to-day life. Even if it's for a week, you take a vacation, you take a trip and it's a week, but it's like giving yourself a different life, a different environment, a different, you're waking up to a different sunrise and going to bed to a different sunset. It's somehow stirring the environment in which you're normally situated in. And this again goes to you wanting to kind of reset yourself, like want to take a break / wanting to push like if our energy, if our chi had a reset button, it's kind of, this is your way of resetting yourself, recalibrating yourself, connecting with nature, which actually does do this. We know that trees and plants and animals have this effect on humans. All of these living beings, these organisms have an effect on our physiology, on our nervous system, on our brains. And in turn, like this changes our lives. So Leo, listen to yourself and give yourself this time and the opportunity to be in the space with our natural world. So this next card is the energy of the person that you're connected with, Leo. And it says commitment, the magic of devotion. So Leo, as I'm reading this, I get the sense that there's someone in your life who is pretty darn special to you, and you know this. This feels like a newer connection. Maybe not like 1 week new, but maybe like a month new, or I don't know. Like you've known this person for a short amount of time, but there's something significant here. And this person is really clear about how they feel for you. This person is preparing an offer of commitment to you. This person in the picture, this is so lovely. They have their hand over their heart, over their chest. Their eyes are closed. They look like they're just so peaceful, and there's all this sort of energy and light swirling around them. Like they're just caught up in their love for you. And there's an alchemy that happens, right? I mean, I'm seeing here in this card, there's musical notes. This is like a fiery, passionate person who's capable of beautiful alchemy, right? Like they're able to transform their emotional experience into different types of translations and expressions. So maybe this person is a musician. Maybe they write songs or sing or play an instrument, and they use these tools, these art forms, to express to you how they really feel. In whatever method they choose, and there's probably multiple ways that they express their interest and their feelings for you. But they're really alchemizing that energy and wanting to transform it into something significant in the form of a committed connection to you, or a committed connection to the life that you both could build together. So this person is looking in your direction. They're thinking about you. They're constantly, from an empath perspective, feeling you. They're connected to you in that way, Leo. Okay, so this third card is the energy that's coming in, and it says healing heart, renewal. So Leo, I'm feeling like this is a person that you met who is wonderful, and you probably met them at a point in time where you were not looking for someone, not expecting to meet someone, at least not like this. You met this person and they've blown you away. The connection that both of you have is intense, it's passionate, it's fiery, it's certain, it's known, it's available. Like, I don't want to downplay the notion of availability. This person is available, and so are you, Leo. I think you met this person and you've gotten caught up in whatever this connection is, and this is you saying, okay, hold on, time out. I need to kind of reset myself. I'm not taking a break from you. I'm not trying to distance myself from you, but I need to go and check in with myself to really make sure that what I'm feeling is real, it's true, that it's honest. I need to figure out how to hold this connection, because this is big, this is powerful, and you recognize what this person could be in your life, who you could be to this person in their life, what you two can have and do have together. So this feels like you saying, okay, person, let me center myself, let me go ground, let me ground myself, let me reconnect with myself. And I'm not going anywhere, but I need this time for me to do some really important soul level work and communication. I'm still here, but I need to recalibrate in this way. And so this card to me is saying that, Leo, you have been through the work of big healing from past relationships or past connections and experiences. This might be the first person that you're meeting since you've healed from a really significant life event or life relationship. And so part of this connecting with nature is to connect with your heart, right? And affirm for yourself, like, okay, am I healed? Yeah, I feel healed. My heart is whole. My heart is strong. I'm good. I'm good. My energy is renewed. My connection to self and to the universe around me and the natural world is prevalent. It's prioritized in my life. I am centered in who I am and what I want. And if all these things are true, then yes, I can hold space for this connection. And yes, I'm ready to take next steps to explore what this could be. Leo, this all just feels like really positive and beautiful, and also just really mature. Like, this is like, it's not just logical in the brain sense, but like this is really you taking time to check in with yourself in a spiritual way, in a really healed and healthy way. That's so beautiful, and you should be so proud. And yeah, I hope this helps, Leo. Okay, Virgo. Okay, Virgo, come on, Virgo. What we got for you, Virgo? I'm gonna shuffle these cards a bit. Virgo, please like and subscribe if you're able to. It helps us out a lot. I'm always saying us, y'all. It's literally just me in physical form, but I am here at all times with my spirit guides and my non-physical support team. So it's us. It's us. Virgo, the first card that jumped out, Broken Promises. I'm gonna keep that there. I'm gonna do a couple more shuffles. Virgo. What do we have for Virgo? This is gonna be Virgo's love reading. Whoa. Whoa, Virgo. Whoa, the cards, Virgo. Virgo, this is the second card that popped out. Ishtar, Revenge. Oh, Virgo. Okay. I can get through the shuffle like the cards are wanting to say, hey, hey, hey. Okay. Okay, Virgo, this is your third card. Family Love, the Sacred Bonding Thread. Okay, so Virgo, this is going to be your love reading for the end of June 2026, or whenever this finds you. These readings are timeless. This first card represents your energy. The second card is the energy of the person you're connected to. And this third card is the energy that's coming in. So Virgo, let's get started with your card. Broken Promises, Trust. So Virgo, what I'm feeling is that you had, oh, I just almost rolled over my little puppy when I just scooched my chair. You are feeling like you're coming out of an experience where the stakes were really high. This card is giving me messages from your guides that you feel like you were in a really high stakes situation. A lot was on the line. You had, not that you had particular certain expectations, but you put a lot into someone else's hands. Like there was something that you either delegated to someone or you just entrusted someone with something pretty important. And this could have been you. This card could be saying, Virgo, that you had a connection with someone who maybe, I mean, what keeps coming to me is you were tentative, like on the fence about giving what you gave to this person, but you did. It's like you stuck your neck out there, you took a chance, and you leaned in. And unfortunately, what's coming through is that this person disappointed you. And they disappointed you in the form of not holding up their end of the bargain, not keeping the promises or the commitments that they said they would. And as a result, your trust is fundamentally broken with this person. Virgo, I'm also getting though that like now you're kind of feeling burned from the situation to the extent that you're also like, you know what, I'm not gonna do that again. Like I'm not gonna put myself in that position with somebody else again. So even though this was one person that had this direct impact on your life, the repercussions as you feel it right now is like, you like, cool, that's all I need to know. I'm never gonna do that again. I'm not letting anybody into my stuff again. Like I'm not letting anybody handle my business again. I'm not letting anybody handle my heart again. Like I know that if there's something that I want to get done and I want it to be done well, I'm gonna do it. That's the energy that I'm getting from you, Virgo. And that makes sense. when somebody disappoints us, yeah, it's unfortunate and it's horrible. Especially when they not only disappoint us, but because they disappointed us in the form of them not living up to their commitments, that then the consequences of that trust is broken. And Virgo, what's coming through for me is that where you stand right now, you feeling like trust is broken, is a choice. In other words, someone can break a promise. It doesn't mean that we can no longer trust them. Sometimes people make mistakes. Sometimes people are just kind of careless or reckless or oblivious, unaware, and things can fall through. You can be disappointed. It doesn't mean that this is not a trustworthy person. But how you feel right now, Virgo, is like you can't trust them. And in fact, you don't trust anybody. Okay, let's look at the energy of the person you're connected to. Ishtar, revenge. So, Virgo, this card, Ishtar is part of like an ancient Mesopotamian myth. There's relationship to Venus, the goddess Venus, and then of course, right, the planet Venus. But there's this story of Ishtar, who essentially is this archetype, this figure that is female in nature. And the story of Ishtar is that Ishtar Ishtar propelled herself deep into sort of the underworld. And she went into the underworld because I think the story goes like something like her sister was getting married, something happened with her sister, but long story short, Ishtar like went through the belly of the underworld, went through the darkest parts of hell for this righteous justice kind of purpose, and made her way out. Not before striking revenge though. Like she exerted revenge on whom she deemed to be an enemy, or whom she deemed to be this person that did wrong. You'll have to read the story because I'm not good at telling it or capturing all the details. But the essence of Ishtar is that Ishtar is this powerful figure who went through the dark and did the needful and came out of it almost, more powerful, like multiple times over because of it. What's interesting is there's also this connection to Venus. Venus being the planet goddess of beauty and pleasure and love and all the things that we associate with comfort and softness and femininity and on and on and on. The collective, the communal. So I'm saying all of this for backdrop to read this person's energy. What I'm receiving, Virgo, is that this person feels like they've been to the ends of the earth and back. They've been to the darkest parts of hell and back. And they almost feel like they've done this to sort of save your relationship, to save your connection. This light right here, I always read as Venus being the brightest star in the sky. And there's an element of like hope and clarity that comes with being the brightest star in the sky in that way. And so my read of this person, what your guides are saying is that in so much as you feel like trust has been fundamentally broken with this person feels like they've gone to the edge of the world and back to make this right with you, Virgo. They know they made a mistake. They know they did something wrong. This might have been a really careless misstep on their part. This could have been preventable. I don't get the sense that this was egregious, like this was just flat out flagrant and like a tremendous betrayal. I'm not getting that. I do get that this person messed up and they know that they messed up and they've essentially been trying to, it's interesting, this card says revenge, but what I'm receiving is like avenge the situation. Like they're wanting to make it right in order to preserve what they have with you. This wasn't like a vengeful act, whatever it was that they did. But still, your trust is broken. So the energy that's coming in, family love, the sacred bonding thread. So Virgo, what's becoming clear to me is that this person has a fair amount of clarity and knows that this connection with you is what they want. And were you to be in a position where you were willing to hear them out, willing to give them the opportunity to make things right, willing to give them a second chance, that the energy that's coming forward is that there's a bright future for the both of you. Never let any reader, right, oracle, tarot, whatever, psychic reader tell you what to do. And we all have free will, which changes things, gives us options, it changes circumstances. But what this person sees with a fair amount of clarity is that the two of you have a very bright and promising future. They want to create the world with you, give you the world, and have a lasting and sacred bond with you. They probably are even feeling like, because they know how much they've broken your trust in them, that makes them that much stronger in their commitment to really honor you and take care of you and never give you a reason to distrust them again. But truly, Virgo, the ball's in your court, because you're over here like, I cannot even believe this. I cannot even wrap my mind around this. My heart is broken. Like, I don't even know where to start with you. So that's, I get that. But this person is here and they're saying, Virgo, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've been trying to make this right, and I will continue to work to make this right and to prove to you that you can trust me, because I want to be here for you long term. You are my world, Virgo. I want this. Do you? All right, Virgo, I hope this helps. Let's move on to Libra. All right, Libra. Okay, let's see. Get myself organized. Libra, if you're seeing this, please like or subscribe. We really appreciate it here. Libra, this is going to be your love reading for the last weekend in June 2026. However, these intuitive readings are timeless, so whenever you get this reading was meant to find you. All right, Libra. I'm going to ask your angels, your archangels, your spirit guides, your loving ancestors to please come through and give you a message for the end of June. Okay, Libra. A couple more shuffles. Okay. Libra, your first card is commitment, the magic of devotion. Okay, Libra. Your second card, heartache, unfaithfulness. Libra, I'm going to do one more shuffle. Okay, Libra, your third card, reconciliation, the magic of restoration. This is, ooh, Libra, you got magic referenced here a couple of times. Also, these cards, just at face value, like, these are all very similar hues. The deck has like a style language, which uses similar colors and, you know, types of graphics, but these three cards look very similar in their tones and in the energy. So Libra, this first card is your energy. The second card is the energy of the person you're connected with. And the third card is the energy that's coming in. So let's get this started. Libra, your energy is commitment, the magic of devotion. So Libra, I'm feeling like you've entered a point in your life where you're ready for something serious. You are like, God, spirit, universe, I'm here, I'm available. I am free, like free as in like your heart is open, your mind is open. You're ready to receive. Libra, this is feeling like light, airy, which is you. This is also feeling decisive, which is you, that cardinal energy. It feels very powerful and also very like charged, but in a whimsical way. And like you're ready to have this whirlwind fantasy materialized, beautiful, loving commitment with someone that really does feel magical. And truly, you feel as though you're evolved to sort of the point in your life where you're ready to put down roots. You're ready to have this experience and expression of devotion, of like that focused, loving, caring energy where you can hold yourself in a place of, you know, spiritual integrity, personal wellness and well-being. You know, your career is probably in a really beautiful place. Like you all around in every aspect of your life, you're in a very strong, sound position. And that in turn, that type of security and stability makes you feel very prepared to extend that kind of energy to a lasting long-term relationship that's also still really beautiful and fun and magical. I love that, Libra. Okay, this next card, heartache, unfaithfulness. So this is the energy of your person, Libra. Oh, it's a heavy, this is a heavier energy. So Libra, I get the feeling that you've met someone recently who you're very attracted to. And I think that this is a really new connection because the interaction both of you have had has been really fun and playful and sincere, but it's been very surface. Like it's been very, you know, very like introductory, very like preliminary. It hasn't really gone anywhere deep. I don't even think that either of you have really been on a date together type thing. If you have, it was really casual and brief. But this is very new, like it's a very new connection. And at the time, for the time being, it's a very like light connection, light touch, light impact. And so perhaps what you don't yet see, like you're over here feeling ready and like cute and flirty and like you're good. Maybe what you haven't seen yet is that this person is coming out of an experience or a set of experiences where they've experienced pretty significant heartbreak, or and likely as a result of unfaithfulness. This feels like the energy of someone who has been cheated on or been lied to or manipulated. in previous romantic relationships. And so you haven't seen this aspect of them yet, but this person is still healing from it, and possibly even still reeling from it, right? Like, they can put a smile on their face when they see you because it's genuine. Like, they see you and they light up, and you have really beautiful interactions. And then once you two sort of, you know, pass each other in the hall and go about your own, you know, your own work, your own lives, you know, when they turn around and they head back in their direction, what you don't see is like their face changes after you leave. Like, what comes back to them is sort of the energy that's been hanging over them as a result of whatever this really significant heartache, heartbreak was. This could even be loss. This person might have recently lost someone, like a parent or a sibling, a relative. And so they could still be in the grieving process. This notion of unfaithfulness doesn't just have to be romantic. It could also be like, perhaps this person had faith that a certain outcome would turn out the way, you know, they wanted it to, but perhaps it didn't. And so there's sort of a loss of faith that they might be experiencing as a result of that, that loss. Oh my gosh. That was my dog who just decided to storm in here. Okay, Libra, the third energy is the energy that's coming in. So reconciliation, the magic of restoration. Libra, this is so beautiful because this is giving me part of what I'm doing here off camera is I'm like intuiting the energy, or from sort of an empathic standpoint, I'm like channeling the emotional energy that one or both of you are experiencing. And what I'm getting from this card, which represents the energy that's coming toward you both, is that there's a certain healing that happens as a result of you two continuing to get to know each other. Libra, it's going to take a little bit of a leap of faith. Again, that word faith keeps coming up, but in different forms. It's going to take a leap of faith for this person to connect with you in a really like integrated way. Like, it's going to take a leap of faith for this person to go out to dinner with you. It might mean that you have to ask them out. It's going to take a leap of faith for this person to get on the phone with you, you know, on a Friday night and talk to you for a couple hours. Like, you might have to be the one to ask for their phone number. Like, you might have to be the one to initiate the bridging of this connection beyond sort of the, you know, passing by, kind of lighting each other up momentarily experience to something that is more substantial. And Libra, you can, if you choose to, you can do this because you have the energy flow. You have the energy in abundance. You have the quality of energy that when you bring it to this person, there's restoration that happens within them. So in other words, you getting to know them, you being the one to broker the connections, like take those first few steps, those measures to help like get their, it's not even get their attention, it's like to hold their hand and look them in the eye and say, hey, I'm here. You're okay. That your presence in this way brings tremendous restoration is the word that keeps coming to me. This card says reconciliation. Oh, it says restoration here at the bottom. The card says reconciliation, but this really has much more to do with like this person reconciling their faith and their connection to you being part of that inspiration or that demonstration that restores that faith in a really beautiful and magical way. This is beautiful, Libra. This is the energy of like a generous soul, both you and this person. I think you've just found them at a point in their life where things have been kind of hard. Things have been a little challenging. But again, I get the sense that this is a really warm person and a loving person who's just been through a lot. Look, my dogs are affirming what I'm saying. But Libra, yeah, but never let readings tell you what to do, but the choice is yours, and this looks really sweet and tender and beautiful. I hope this helps. All right, let's move on to Scorpio. Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. Whew. Okay. Let me get myself organized. Okay. Whoa. The cards are flying. Hey, Scorpio. I love my Scorpios. I love all you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, Scorpio. I'm not even gonna lie to you. These cards are jumping, so we're just gonna go with it. I have your cards. We had a really efficient shuffle because the cards are like, hey, pick me. This is your first one, Scorpio. Forbidden love. The flame beyond boundaries. Your second card, unrequited love, rejection. The third card, self-love, Aphrodite. Scorpio. Okay, so this first card represents your energy. The second card is the energy of the person you're connected with. And the third card is the energy that's coming in. So Scorpio, let's get started with you. Forbidden love, the flame beyond boundaries. So Scorpio, I feel like you have, this is a very, let me just say this. Reading these cards, you were the first sign to give this message of a very linear message from your guides. This is going to be pretty straightforward, Scorpio. Scorpio, what I want to say is that you are in a place of supreme power. You, Scorpio, are in your flow. You are in your divine essence, divine expression. You are operating on all energetic cylinders. You are, as I love to cite Abraham Hicks, who speaks about the vortex. You are in your vortex, Scorpio. You are imbuing, exuding goddess energy, or like the energy of, goddess. I'm not meaning to gender at any point in any of these readings, but it's like that energy of like regal, mythical, beautiful, really just powerful sense of self, like you're in your flow state. And so Scorpio, as you're in your flow state, you've encountered someone who has captivated you. This is someone who you've met recently. This is someone you've met recently who feels exciting to you. And because this person feels exciting, it's like an echo of the energy that you already feel for yourself. And there's a certain like exponentially magical and electric, fiery kind of experience because of that. This person is also someone who's not someone that you would see in your day-to-day life. They may be like no one you've ever quite met before. So they exist beyond the boundaries of how you would come to know and understand most people that exist in your circle, whether that's your community, like your neighborhood, or your friend circle, or your family. Maybe they come from a totally different background. Whatever the case is, this person kind of stopped you in your tracks and your eyes are wide open, and there's something really exciting and enticing and intoxicating about your feelings for this person. This next card is their energy, Scorpio. This card reads unrequited love, rejection. So, Scorpio, okay, so this card I'm reading in two ways. I know that I said that this is a pretty linear read, but I want to make sure that I'm giving the fullest depiction of what I'm channeling. So the first sort of pathway of messaging here is that even though you feel this tremendous connection, it's not so much a connection that you feel towards this person, but it's like you feel a flame, like a flame has been lit because you've met this person. Like you in yourself feel kind of lit on fire and excited. As my dog is affirming this as she barks at other dogs walking down the street. Thank you, Sade. So this one pathway of message suggests that this person with their hands over their face is like, no, I can't. Like, Scorpio, I see you. You're equally intoxicating and gorgeous and powerful and beautiful. But I can't even go there. I can't even go there, Scorpio. And so what they're communicating to you, or sort of what they seem like they're suggesting, is like they're not interested in pursuing something with you. They're like squashing that, and it could feel like rejection, but it's not. It's really them saying like, oh, I'm just in a place where I can't even fathom what it would be like for us to explore something. We come from such different worlds, or we're in such different places in our lives, or like whatever it is that I'm coming out of, like I can't even look at it. I can't even like take myself there, let myself go there. Which kind of leads me to the second message, which is rather than someone not seeing a pathway forward, this could be someone that's just deeply self-conscious. Like their eyes are covered, and maybe this is like an expression of like frustration or exasperation, because they feel like there's no way Scorpio is actually going to be into me. Maybe we met at this party and like we hit it off, but if Scorpio really knew all about me, like there's no way that this would work. In either case, Scorpio, this person has doubts about a future with you. It feels like the kind of doubts that aren't, they're understandable feelings that a person can encounter. But this goes for all of us. When we come about feelings that are challenging or less than positive, that's natural. That's part of our human brain, how we work, how these things fire off in a biological sense. But then where our spiritual selves kick in, our practices, our awareness, the parts of us that are actively listening to the messages of the universe and our guides and spirit, that's when our spiritual selves, our spiritual sort of voice or heart, has to be able to meet those doubts or those negative thoughts or those difficult emotions and feelings with truth, divine, spiritual laws of the universe, truths. And so this person could be feeling like, our backgrounds are so different, like, or we come from different places, or, oh, there's no way Scorpio could really like me. Okay, maybe these are their initial emotional reactions to meeting you, even though they really are impressed by you and intrigued by you. But it becomes their spiritual responsibility to then kick in and say to themselves, like, hold up. I met Scorpio for a reason. I can choose to have the kind of intentional experience that I desire with Scorpio, and move past these early reactionary humanistic feelings, and really take the opportunity to get to know this person on a deep level and explore what can come out of this connection. Like, it becomes our responsibility on a soul level, on a spiritual level, to work past our human brains and to get back in connection with our higher selves and the guidance and the flow of the universe to help us overcome like those limiting thoughts and beliefs and open ourselves up to the infinite potential that is available to us. But this person isn't, don't knock the camera over. This person isn't doing that, Scorpio. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, it's better to know early than not. Either way, they're not stepping up to the plate, and they're not opening themselves up to this potential, to this true possibility that exists in the same way that you are willing to do. So the energy that's coming in is sort of the punctuation mark at the end of this sentence, which says, you know what, that's okay, because I'm Scorpio and I'm so in love with myself, and I so deeply care for myself, and I will continue to do so regardless of your decisions, regardless of, despite your perceptions of me or your limiting thoughts and beliefs. I'm gonna leave that to you. You can stay stuck in this, you know, box of limitations. I'm gonna continue to channel my inner being, my highest self, my heart space, and continue to give myself unrestricted love, unbounded love. That flame beyond boundaries is here and available to me because I am the creator of that flame, that energy of love and inspiration and beauty and compassion and excitement and enthusiasm and all the things. And so, okay, cool. I'm going to continue to have this experience of love as I direct it towards myself, as it comes from within me, for me, and continues to flow back to me. That's what I'm going to do. So that's sort of where you are, Scorpio, and that's a beautiful place to be. Like, the truth is, this energy cannot help but encounter that divine like spiritual counterpart to this energy. Like, you can't help but bring in the kind of partner that will match you in this way. So this person was an experience, a moment, but they're not the destination. This is not where you stop. So continue to have this time with yourself, this expression, this you know, focus on yourself. And before you know it, I hate when people say like, oh, before you know it, or when you're not looking for someone to meet someone. Like, I really hate hearing that. I hate hearing that. But this is kind of like giving the energy of like, you weren't even aware that this person all along has been here looking at you, waiting for the moment when you would recognize them or see them. And when you do, it's like unstoppable. But you're just sort of so captivated by this energy of love of self that you don't quite yet recognize this person. But I get the feeling that this person is already in your circle, Scorpio. They're already here. They're already circling the block. They're just waiting for you to look up and notice them. All right, Scorpio, I hope this helps. Okay, let's move on to Sag. Okay, Sag, welcome back. I'm having to stitch this video together over a few hours, so for the rest of my zodiacs, this is a legit nighttime read because the sun has set. I had to take a quick break to feed my pups, and the sun is now down, so we're back. Thank you for joining us. Sagittarius, this is going to be your love message, your love note, your love reading for the last week of June 2026, or whenever this video finds you. These messages are timeless and intuitive. All right, Sag, we're going to do one more shuffle after this, and then we'll be good to go. What do your spirit guides, your angels, your archangels, your loving ancestors have to say to you, Sagittarius? Okay, your first card, reconciliation, the magic of restoration. Your second card, blind love, the veil of illusion. And your third card, heartache, unfaithfulness. Ooh, Sag, there's a lot going on. Okay, so this first card is going to represent your energy. The second card is the energy of the person you're connecting with. The third card is the energy that's coming in. So let's start with your energy. Reconciliation, the magic of restoration. So Sag, so the message that's coming through from your guides relates to you being in a moment where you are just beginning to rekindle a connection with someone. So this feels like you might have been in a relationship with this person in the past. Maybe the two of you took a break. Maybe there's been some strain on the relationship. But recently, in the last few weeks or days even, you have begun to kind of bridge that gap. The two of you have reconnected in a more meaningful way. And Sag, for you, you're feeling some hope, some optimism. You're also really enjoying the small things that come with reconnecting to this person. This feels very loving, very warm. Sag, I also feel like in this connection, you may be the more optimistic one. I'm not sure exactly what's happened here in your past with this person, but it feels like the both of you have decided to come back into connection. And Sag, I think you were the one in the connection who's really holding the light and, you know, offering a safe space for whatever the thing is between you two to sort of come back to life, or to reestablish itself, or to find its footing again. I want to move on to this next card so I can maybe understand the energy around you a little bit better. So this next card reads blind love, the veil of illusion. So this is the energy of the person you're connecting with. The veil of illusion. So Sag, this person, I'm getting two messages. So this person, one, loves you wholly, fully, without question, without doubt. This is sort of the meaning behind blind love. Like, this person is sort of all in. What's the energy? It's like this person has no hesitation. They're like, hey, it's you. This is what I want. Like, let's do this. The challenge here, and sort of the second part of the message, is that there's something that this person isn't fully seeing. So while this person is still very interested in you, even committed to you and loves you, there's something in this connection that makes it so that this person isn't seeing the full picture, or maybe they're not connecting all the dots. They're not acknowledging maybe all that has transpired around the two of you. There's this concept of a veil of illusion suggests that there's like there's something that's not being registered. Like there's something that hasn't clicked into place for this person. I'm also getting that this person is less aware of the illusion itself. They're sort of so fixated on you, so taken by you, so eager is really the energy that's coming through, so eager to recapture, rekindle this connection with you, that they're kind of glazing over whatever is really important, or maybe like an aspect of your relationship or your past experience that the two of you haven't really discussed yet or fully processed. They're kind of glazing over that, or omitting that, or forgetting that. And so there is this sort of thin veil that exists, this sort of wall that they're not quite aware of, that is breaking apart the clarity to some degree, because it's creating an illusion of the reality of your dynamic, the reality of your connection. Like they're not fully grasping all that has happened and all that is in front of both of you. I want to move on to this card, which is the energy that's coming forward, which is heartache and unfaithfulness. And maybe this begins to make more sense, this reconciliation, the magic of restoration. You know, Sag, I get the feeling that this person has been, they're very tender with you. They appreciate you. They have great affection for you. I feel like this person isn't completely honest at all times. I don't get the sense that they have an agenda, but I don't know that they're letting you see all of who they are, or let you know all of, what's going on in their life, which would then sort of make it so that there's not full accountability here. There's like not full disclosure or discussion of all that exists between the two of you. They're sort of leaning into the aspect of love, the chemistry that you both have, the really natural and organic, spark that the two of you have between each other. But there's other stuff here that hasn't been dealt with. Like the light hasn't been shined on certain aspects of your connection. And as a result, like that's kind of like the energy is like, that's the kind of stuff that begins to compound. It's like if it's one small thing, okay. If it's two things that, add up, it's like, but when things start to pile, when there's more and more things that aren't being addressed, acknowledged, processed, discussed, it leads to pretty significant, roadblocks, obstacles. And so this energy that's coming forward related to heartache and unfaithfulness begins to feel like that energy of, whatever this connection is that maybe was, I feel here that at some point in the past with this person, you've understood that they haven't been fully transparent with you. Like, you know that they love you. But maybe there's, some energy or some behavior at play that begins to conflict with that love to some degree. Like, they love you, yes, but maybe there are aspects of their character that just aren't quite suitable to the kind of relationship that you're trying to foster. Not just with this person, but just what you desire for yourself as an individual in life. So this has been your past experience with this person. You acknowledge that you have this really special thing between the two of you. But in the past, you've realized, oh wait, even though we have this special connection that I can't deny, there's still things that are problematic. Some of their actions I don't particularly like, or some of the ways that they communicate feels like they are intentionally leaving out information. And what this adds up to, excuse me, is, you know, the feeling of hurt and unfaithfulness. So even though you're sort of taking the second stab at things, like this is the second time coming around to this relationship, and you feel really hopeful, like you're like, okay, I feel like I have something precious with you. I really want to hold this light. I want to protect this light. I want to trust you. Like let's embark upon this journey again. But it's beginning to feel like this person may be falling back on old patterns, old habits. And if that is the case, the energy that's coming forward is, you know, another round of heartbreak, another round of feeling like this person isn't holding up their end of the bargain. They're not being faithful to the commitments that they made to you. So, Sag, yeah, this feels like the second time around with a particular person. There's some history there of this person and you like not really seeing eye to eye fully. It doesn't feel like this is, I mean, this energy could be reversed. So you could be the one that's maybe not being fully transparent with somebody, but there's this second opportunity and you're really excited about it. But Sag, if this is you, you know, you're gonna have to begin to ask yourself, is it really okay that I'm not sharing all this information with this person? You know, I'm leaving some things out that I know that this person would want me to share with them, even though I don't really want to get into it. Or it could be them, like you can reverse the roles. But bottom line, there's still like this energy of illusion here. Like there's love, but love without regard and respect and honoring of each other and holding that connection as sacred. You know, is that really love? People talk about love being in action. I believe that love is an energy, and that energy is expressed through actions of care and concern and compassion. So what does it mean if the two of you can't get on the same page about what love looks like for each of you and why you value that form of love, that expression of love? That's important. All right, Sag, I hope this helps. Okay, let's move on to Capricorn. All right, Capricorn. We're joined here by my little dog who decided to come and say hi. Hi, Rosie. We're doing Capricorn right now. You can sit and listen. All right, Capricorn. This is your love reading for the last weekend in June 2026, or whenever this finds you. Capricorn, we're asking that your spirit guides, your loving ancestors, your angels and your archangels come through and deliver to you a message. We're going to do one more shuffle. Okay. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. All right. Your first card, Healing Heart, Renewal. Your second card, Past Life, Eternal Soul Bond. Your third card, Cupid, the magic of first love. Okay, Capricorn, let's get into this. Your first card is going to be your energy. The second card is the energy of the person that you're connected to. The third card is the energy that's coming in. Okay. So Capricorn, healing heart, renewal. This is your energy. So Capricorn, I get the sense that what your guides are wanting to convey is that you have been pretty disciplined. This is the word that's coming through. You've been pretty disciplined in your personal life for quite some time. This looks like you being really disciplined about your health and wellness habits. Maybe you've gotten really great about your nutrition, really great about your sort of exercise and physical activity, your relationships with your family. You're doing really well in your work or your business. Capricorn, you've sort of really exemplified the desire to manifest a life for yourself that is rich and rewarding, and really functioning like at the highest level, like you have all cylinders. I can't talk. All cylinders are like firing, like you're moving strong and steady in your life. And you're able to do this because in each of these areas of your life, you've instilled practices, habits, methods for bringing in that self-discipline, which is really a form of self-love, to ensure that you're being accountable to yourself, that you're taking care of yourself in material ways, and as a result, like really charging your battery, really lifting your spirit. This feels good to you. You feel proud about this. And whatever may have happened in your life prior to this chapter where you've really taken, the reins into your own hands and taken charge of your life. And it's like speaking over your life, right? Speaking over yourself, commanding through words that which you seek to experience. You've done this for yourself on the heels of other experiences in life where maybe you've taken more of a back seat or been more complacent or, settled in certain ways, like not required that people or circumstances or life in general yield you the best possible fruits, the best possible opportunity, the best possible outcomes. Something transpired that really inspired you, compelled you, motivated you to embark on this journey of discipline, dedication to self, and really as a result, you have turned yourself into this supremely sort of mastered version of yourself. I use that word like as in like mastery, like you've mastered the habits and the behaviors that you hold in high esteem, like that you admire in other people, or that you have identified for yourself as things that you want to embody yourself. You've mastered that. Okay, Capricorn, let's look at your second card. This is the energy of the person that you're in connection with. Past life, eternal soul bond. So Capricorn, I think the other part of the energy that's surrounding you right now is someone who you've met relatively recently that has tremendous overlap in your life. It might not be that this person, you know, has the same job as you or lives in the same building as you or even lives in your town, but somehow you've come across somebody who, like, if these are two separate planes, like there's like a parallel life that they're living when aligned or overlapped, layered on top of yours, which means there's tremendous harmony that exists between both of you. There's like a resonance that exists between the two of you. And so, you know, at face value, this person, you may think like you have nothing in common with them, or like, I don't know, like maybe this person seems pretty inconsequential to you, or they did at the onset. But after having a couple of encounters with this person, you realize like, oh, actually, a lot of what this person is, a lot of who they are, really tracks with who I am, with what I'm creating in my life, with the way that I live my life. This person actually has a pretty phenomenal set of beliefs and commitments and ways of moving through life that really align with how I move through life and what I believe. But also, I'm really like into them. Like, I'm really into this. I really admire so much about this person and how they are living their life. And that for you, Capricorn, is pretty big. Like, you can meet someone you're attracted to. You can meet someone that's kind of like funny or maybe like interesting in a low-key kind of way. But this person was really pretty unassuming when you first met them. And after like the second or third time that the two of you met, you really have sort of transformed your perspective, your opinion of this person as you begin to get more information, as you begin to observe them beyond sort of their material presentation, you know, beyond their like physical, you know, them as a physical being. We're all physical beings, but like you're beginning to see them on a more granular level. You're beginning to understand who this person is as a spirit and how their spirit is choosing to experience life, to set life up for themselves and have the kind of life experiences that mean the most to them. And you admire this. You admire this, you respect it, and you value it. And so this next card represents the energy that's coming in. Cupid, the magic of first love. Yeah, Capricorn, so this is somebody, you know, this might not be the first person that you've loved, but this is the energy of like, of that first love, like surprise, excitement, like fascination. If you can remember the first time you ever had love, like romantic love or a big crush, you know, and it's not infatuation, it's more like fascination. And I get the sense that you've just never met anyone like this. So you have this beautiful combination of sort of all the fun, visceral, energetic, like surprises and excitement and like shocks to the system that come with a first love, coupled with a really grounding force that this person represents and brings into your life because they come bearing so much energetic harmony. And, you know, there's a fluid quality about the way that this person is just in their soul, in their body, in their life, and how that's a really divine match with you and the life that you're designing and unfolding for yourself. And that's so fun. Like Capricorn, for all the ways that you've been really kind of serious about the life that you're creating and how you're living. And I have been called a serious person more times than I can count, which is always surprising when I hear people say, you're so serious. I'm really not, but I'm serious about my life. And I get the sense that that's you, Capricorn. Like you're a multi-dimensional person that has so many wonderful qualities, yet you're very serious about your life. And something about this energy, that first love, that Cupid energy is lightening. Oh, that's interesting how I said that. It's like creating lightness in how you see your life. So yes, it's, you're intentional about it, but maybe not as serious. I don't know if you just heard a firework go off in the background. But when I was saying lightening, it also sounded like I was saying lightning, like a burst of lightning in the sky. It's that sort of surprising, shocking effect that this person has in your life. Like you weren't expecting it. It's stirring you up, but only in the best ways. Only in the best ways. Capricorn, I love this. I hope this helps. Okay, we're going to move on to Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. What do we have for Aquarius? Aquarius. I'm going to ask your angels, your archangels, your spirit guides, your loving ancestors to please give us a message for Aquarius. What love message do you have for the end of June 2026 or whenever this reading finds Aquarius? They are timeless readings. Aquarius, we're going to do one more shuffle after this. And okay. Wow, listen. We've had multiple Zodiacs pull this card today. Healing Heart Renewal. I'm telling folks, I promise I'm over here in the back shuffling. I'm going to try to switch up the camera angle at one point so you guys can see me shuffle. I know when I watch readers, I like watching them shuffle, so we'll work on that. Your next card, Narcissist. Breaking the chains of toxicity. And your third card, Aquarius, is Breakup. Letting go. Okay, Aquarius. So this first card represents your energy. The second card, the one in the middle, represents the energy of the person you're connected to. And the third card is the energy that's coming in. You heard little footsteps in the back. That's my dog coming over. So this first card, Healing Heart Renewal. Aquarius, I think in the collective right now, there's a tremendous spirit of healing that's happening, but it's like the phase of healing that is sort of reaching fulfillment. It's like the type of healing that is, it's been underway and it's beginning to yield the results. Like the scars are, it's not even like the scarring phase, like you're past the scarring phase and it's beginning to fade away. Like the healing is almost complete. So Aquarius, you have been operating from a place of from your sort of heart space, much more than your head space. I'm gonna put this card down because I can't hold it still. In recent days or weeks even, you have sort of tapped into that part of yourself that is like beginning to utilize your underutilized aspects of self. Aquarius, you're a mental person, you're a cerebral person, you're a thinker, you are creative, you are artistic, you are technically and technologically inclined, you're an innovator, you're brilliant. And with all of these gifts and talents, what is equally gifted is your heart. Like, you have a tremendous capacity for compassion. You have a tremendous sensitivity. This is the other word I want to bring forward. A tremendous sensitivity in the form of empathy, in the form of awareness and observation. And you have an ability to connect with people in really far-reaching ways when you're tapped in and when you want to. Like, when I think of Aquarius, I think of, not just air, but wind. And there's a quality about wind that it embarks upon travel. Wind can travel far. Wind can carry with it many things. Wind is powerful. It is felt. And so, Aquarius, this is the nature of your heart. For all the ways that you're typically associated with your mental self, your intellectual self, you also have this really beautiful and complex and capable heart self, emotional self. And so a big part of the healing that you've been undergoing, Aquarius, looks much more like tapping into that heart space, maybe more than it is healing something that was like, oh my God, I can't get this focused. Healing something that was like just flat out burned or hurt or wounded. I just stabbed my finger accidentally when I was readjusting the camera, so apologies for the Band-Aid that is covering up my little cut on my hand. But yeah, I'm sensing that, part of what I was saying in the beginning is that you're at sort of the end phases, the culminating phases of a healing state. There's not really scarring that's occurring. This is really like the fading away of any evidence of like damage or pain or hurt or evidence of any injury. I think this speaks to the fact that like it might not have been like a hurt that you're healing from or that you're renewing. This could really be much more like a reorienting, a repositioning of the focus of your attention, the focus of your efforts, renewing it's like renewing your direction of creative energy towards your heart instead of your mind. And there's a renewing aspect and a really healthy, like a really healthy result that comes from doing that. I don't know if this is making sense. Let's keep moving though, Aquarius, and hopefully that'll help I can help clarify that part of the message. Okay, so the second card represents the energy that's coming in. It reads the second card is the energy of the person you're connected with. It reads narcissist. If I can get this camera to focus. Oh. Okay. Narcissist. Breaking the chains of toxicity. So, Aquarius, there could be someone who you've met that you were really attracted to. They were really attracted to you. But this person, what I'm getting really clearly is that this person, I'm trying to say this in a better way. What I want to say is like this person plays head games. Like this person plays mind games. which is also interesting because in this depiction, there's multiple heads here. You see this primary person in the forefront, but then you sort of see a like echoed image of that person just behind them, and then sort of like a hidden face looming over both of these figures. You know, this feels like mental games, head games, and there's obviously a lot of toxicity in that kind of behavior. So Aquarius, what's coming through is that this person who, you know, you might have known this person for some time. This could be an ex. This could be an on again, off again kind of person. They are defaulting to their kind of tried and true, tired, kind of played out ways of dealing with you, trying to get your attention and your interest. You know, they're still attracted to you. You know, find them physically attractive, but what's happening is, you know, based on your past with this person, which has been toxic in different ways, you're just no longer genuinely interested in them. And this person continues to sort of dig themselves into a deeper and deeper hole because the way that they're interacting with you, approaching you, is toxic and it's manipulative, and they're continuing to try to play head games. But the thing is, Aquarius, you're not operating from a head space anymore. You're operating from a heart space. So it's almost like this person can't reach you, or read you. Like this depiction, this person is staring off, looking up towards the sun, you know, the sort of fading away of parts of their body. It's almost like, you know, they're leaving their body. You're not really leaving your body, but it's like you are sort of jumping outside of yourself, your typical self, and you're reconnecting with the parts of yourself that maybe have been overlooked or underutilized in the past. In either case, this person can't grab a hold of you. They're trying, but they can't. And this is a really pretty consistently selfish energy, because if this was somebody that cared about you, they'd be supportive of you tapping into that heart space. They'd be looking for ways to connect with you on that level as well, instead of staying up here in the clouds and the sort of dark and heavy, like mental space. So, you know, make of that what you want. So this third card is the card of the energy that's coming in, which says breakup and letting go. Whenever I see this card, it feels like the Tower card, for obvious reasons, related to the tarot, which is always like big changes, really big, pivotal, plutonic changes, like as in the planet Pluto. Transformation, right? This card here in this context is indicating that something needs to be dismantled. Something needs to be taken apart, broken down, and let go of. And, you know, Aquarius, I feel like it's pretty straightforward, saying that whatever this connection was, you need to let it go. I feel like you already have. This person could just be still trying to get a hold of you and, you know, holding out some hope, but until they change, until this person becomes less narcissistic, more selfless, more caring and compassionate, and reciprocal in the ways in which they support you and energize you, and, you know, there's a balance between, you know, your dynamic as a whole with this person, until this person evolves beyond where they are here, like. And honestly, I don't get the sense that they will. All that's sort of left to do is to sort of cement the breakup, cement sort of the end of that connection. Maybe at some point in the future, this can be like a friendship, if you want it. But This card is pointing to the energy that you've already known, Aquarius, and you've already established within yourself. I think it's just this person is like in denial, or like trying to, yeah, like hold out hope, be kind of selfish and insistent. But this feels like the end of that experience. There's breakup and there's closure energy here, which it feels like this is what you want, and it feels like this is what would be most healthy for you. Never let readers, tell you what to do. This is your life. You have free will. Anything can happen, anything can change, but this is the energy that's coming through. Okay, Aquarius, I hope this helps. All right, Pisces. Pisces. Thank you for hanging on. We'll get to you now, Pisces. Let's get your love reading, your love note, your love message for this last week of June 2026, or whenever this finds you, Pisces. Pisces. What do we have for you? What do we have for Pisces? Pisces, we're going to ask your angels, archangels, your loving ancestors and your spirit guides to come through and share with you a message, a love message for this week. Okay, Pisces, we're going to do one more shuffle. Okay. Ooh, long distance, I'm going to go here. Long distance love, threads of the eternal. That's your first card, Pisces. Okay, and your second card, Cupid, the magic of first love. Pisces, oh my gosh. Your third card, family love, the sacred bonding thread. Pisces, I mean, come on now. This is this is beautiful, Pisces. I don't remember who else I said this for, but it was like a very straightforward, like linear kind of a read, which doesn't always happen, but when it does, it's kind of lovely. It's just very clear and coherent, and Pisces is, I'm going to say the same for you. This is going to be a very concise and clear reading. So this first card represents your energy. The second one is the energy of the person you're connected to. And the third one is the energy that's coming in. So let's start with your energy, Pisces. Long distance love, threads of the eternal. So Pisces, there's somebody that you're connecting with that lives at a distance. This could also be somebody that sort of exists at a distance, in the sense that like you might have known them a long time ago. I'm getting like this could be someone you knew in grade school, elementary school, or someone you used to, I don't know, play basketball with when you were a kid, or someone that used to live on your block. This is someone who exists at a distance from you. So whether that's locational distance or like a time-based difference, but you have either reconnected with this person that you knew from some time ago, or recently met someone who lives far away. Like maybe you had a conference that you went to for work and you meet this person out of town. But there's something here that you just can't deny, that feels so familiar, that feels so easy, that feels so effortless. When you're around this person, it feels calming. Like this is just a really lovely, beautiful, enchanted connection. There's not much else to say about this. This is just beautiful. This is that energy of really beautiful, ethereal, but real and tangible love. The only challenge here being that the two of you are apart in some way. But there's a mutual recognition and reception that's happening. This just feels very like clear to me, Pisces. The second card is the card of the person you're connected to, and it says Cupid. The magic of first love. This is funny because I was just saying, you know, this could be somebody that you knew from childhood or from like an earlier point in life. Again, so maybe this was a first love. Maybe this is somebody that you had a crush on when you were younger, or maybe this is like the first relationship you ever had, or it could just be that this person takes you back to those really kind of pure, formative experiences of love that feel so vital in our lives, that feel so visceral and memorable and special. Like this person evokes all of that. Again, this is like, this person evokes all that for you, but understand that they also feel this. Like there's so much reciprocity that's happening between the two of you. In fact, all of these cards have at least two figures in them that are interacting with each other, like in direct ways. So this person, understand that they feel the same thing for you. They feel a kind of eagerness, excitement, enthusiasm, you know, not nervousness, but like just that really, it's just like a really pure affection and adoration. But like Pisces, I'm kind of speechless because this is just like so freaking adorable. This is so adorable. I love this. Okay, so Pisces, the energy that's coming in is family love, the sacred bonding thread. Yeah, Pisces, I don't know who you are. I don't know who this person is, but let me tell you, whatever this is so gorgeous. This is a gorgeous love. This is a really easy, loving connection. You know, so the two of you might be at a distance, or maybe you haven't seen each other in some time, or part of your history relates to the fact that you knew each other both back in your formative, you know, years in life. Like there's something beautiful about the distance that, you know, occupies that sort of space between both of you and the connection. But the distance also is part of your story. There's something special about it. And, you know, it's actually in this card and this card, they both talk about threads. This one says the threads of the eternal. This one says the sacred bonding thread. Again, this idea of like thread being the thing that connects something at a distance or stitches something together. It's the thing that binds two parts to a whole. This next card of Cupid and the magic of first love, like it's like 1 + 2 = 3. A, B, and C. Like this that you both have, that you both feel for each other, is so sincere and transparent. There's a readiness, a willingness. There are all the means and opportunities for you two to make this connection whatever you want it to be. And it feels like both of you see the obvious, which is that this could really amount to something long-term and lifelong and sacred. So Pisces, I mean, I'm not gonna say I saved the best reading for last, but because all these readings are so special and important, and they're the best in their own respective ways. This was such a lovely, lovely and clear reading, Pisces. So whoever you are, whoever you're connecting with, congratulations on this special connection. This feels like really divine, embodied love. And it also feels like just a really wonderful journey that the two of you are on. So yeah, that's something to celebrate. All right, Pisces, I hope this helps.